Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Last time we have discussed about the pituitary gland and the thyroid gland. Today we will discuss about the parathyroid glands. Parathyroid glands are located in close vicinity with the thyroid glands. Mostly they are present on the anterior and the posterior pole of the thyroid glands. In this diagram, you can see anatomically the two dots like this one and this one. And this one and this one. These are the parathyroid glands that are located along with the thyroid glands. Mostly these are encapsulated organs, again, like the thyroid gland and parathyroid gland. In histological section, when we make the microscopic section of these glands, mostly some parts of the thyroid and some part of the parathyroid gland will come together in a closed section. Like in this diagram, you can see that shows the some parts of the thyroid glands, and these are the parathyroid gland sections. So both these are located in close vicinity with each other, and these are encapsulated individually like the thyroid and the parathyroid glands. The gland is separated from thyroid glands through capsule, means it has separate capsule, and the thyroid gland has separate capsule. As far as the parenchyma, means the functional part of the parathyroid gland is concerned, it consists of delicate interstitium having extensive capillary network. Means it contains various types of connective tissue that contains dense network of capillaries, and this parenchyma consists of the large uniform and some cluster of small principal cells, and that is sometimes also called as chief cells. And these are the uniform and large type of cells present inside this parenchyma region. And the parathyroid glands of some humans, horses, cows also have some different types of cells that are called as oxyphil cells. They are acidophilic in nature, and their function is diverse and is not has been completely known yet. So principal cells basically secrete the parathyroid hormones that elevates and maintain the normal blood calcium level. That means when the blood calcium level is decreased, so the parathyroid glands have some receptors on the osteoclast cells, and the osteoclast cells have the ability to phagocytose or degrade the bones, and from where the calcium is released, as bone is the rich source of calcium and phosphorus. When the blood calcium level decreases, the parathyroid hormone activates and it acts on the osteoclast cells, and these osteoclast cells help in the release of calcium from these bone cells, and the calcium level is maintained in the body. This one is the these are the cross section, means आप उसके section देख रहे हैं कि इसमें you can see that this one is the follicle, thyroid follicle, that is the part of the thyroid gland, while this is the part of the parathyroid glands. And you can see here the some principal cells. These are the principal cells, and these are the oxyphil cells, and these oxyphil cells have diverse function, while these cells produce, that are the chief cells, these produce the various types of parathyroid hormones. And this one shows the connective tissue layer, and as you can see the various types of blood vessels here in this diagram. So next gland is the adrenal gland. Ad means near and renal means kidneys. So these are the such glands that are located near the kidneys. Mostly they are present on the cranial or the anterior region of the kidneys. And they perform the very specific functions. Various hormones are released from these glands. Histological point of view, say the capsule, these are surrounded by capsules, and these capsule is basically formed by the denser regular connective tissue, and that capsule surrounds the cortex. Basically, it consists of two different regions, that is the cortex and medulla region. Cortex is the dark and outermost region of the adrenal gland, while the medulla is present mostly in the center of this gland. It consists of the outer cortex and inner medulla. The delicate connective tissue separates between cortex from the medulla, means there is a connective tissue present that separating the cortex from the medulla region. From the capsule, there are trabeculae that extends from the cortex to medulla region, and these trabeculae contains basically various arterioles and some sympathetic neurons that are the preganglionic in nature. Mostly these are the supplied with the sympathetic nervous system. So these contains the various axons that are sympathetic in nature. Talking about the adrenal cortex, mainly it consists of three different zones. These are called is the zona glomerulosa that is located outside with that beneath the capsule. And this zona glomerulosa is sometimes also called as the arcuata, means zona arcuata. Second one layer that lies beneath the glomerulosa is the zona fasciculata, and beneath this fasciculata another region comes or zone comes that is called as zona reticularis. This one is the diagram of the adrenal cortex showing the histological section and showing the various regions like this one. You can see this one is the capsule having some arterioles here, and from this the trabeculae extend. This one is this trabeculae that means it is the extension of the capsule. So three different regions. First one there you can see the darker stand region that is called is the zona glomerulosa, and this one is the zona fasciculata, and this one is the zona reticularis. Sometime another zone is also present in some special cases, like that is the called is zona intermedia that are located between the zona glomerulosa and the zona fasciculata. Zona glomerulosa, it forms the outer cortex, while the zona fasciculata and reticularis forms the inner cortex, means the cortex is further divided into two different zones or regions. That is the outer cortex that includes the zona glomerulosa, and the inner cortex including the zona fasciculata and zona reticularis. Like in this case, you can see zona glomerulosa is responsible for the production of mineralocorticoids that includes the aldosterone and corticosterone. These are the specialized type of hormones performing various functions in the body. Aldosterone is responsible for the maintenance of the blood pressure mostly, that play roles in the angiotensin aldosterone system. Zona fasciculata consists of cords of specialized cells that are separated by sinusoids. We can see the zona fasciculata region. These are the present in the cells that are present in the form of cords. Cords means some specialized aggregation of cells that are present in the form of lines. You can see the various cords that are extending from the zona glomerulosa to zona reticularis region. And these region produce special, these cells in this region produce special type of glucocorticoids that includes the cortisol and the corticosterone. And these cortisols and corticosterone, these are basically called the stress hormones. Whenever somebody is in a stress, this cortisol is released from the body, and that activates the again the catecholamines, means adrenaline and non-adrenaline, that then further activates the heartbeat and supply. They increase the blood supply to all organs of the body by initiating the tachycardia, means the increased heart rate, increased heartbeat. Zona fasciculata consists of a special type of cells. These are separated by sinusoids, means these cards are separated by special sinusoids, and these sinusoids are actually the capillaries that are present in some specific regions, like in case of the glands and livers also. Zona reticularis consists of polyhedral cells. Now, if we are talking about this region, this is the zona reticularis. It consists of special polyhedral cells that are arranged in irregular cards that are separated by large sinusoids. In this region, you can see This region, this one is the zona reticularis, and these consist of various types of cards of cells, and these are separated by the sinusoids. And these cells produce the various types of androgens, hormones. Uh, as far as the adrenal medulla region is concerned, this region includes the adrenal medulla. And this region, basically the parenchymal cells of this regions are modified sympathetic neurons. Mostly there are present neurons, neuronal ganglia जो है वो present होते हैं, ठीक है? And these are mostly involved in the production of the adrenaline and noradrenalines or epinephrine or norepinephrenes. These are the hormones, and these the release of these hormones occur due to the acetylcholine. The when you in physiology classes you will we will discuss the various hormones or their functions, and you will discuss in the endocrine physiology. Again, this one, these are the schematic diagrams showing this one show the anatomical regions of the adrenal gland. That is the capsule, the cortex region, and the medulla region. While this one shows the histological section that has been taken from this place, showing different regions, including the capsule, the zona glomerulosa, zona fasciculata, and zona reticularis, also including the adrenal medulla. The next one is the endocrine tissue and cells. As we have discussed already in the previous lectures, that endocrine glands are of different types, means either they are present in the form of encapsulated organs, or they may be present in the form of specific cluster of tissues in the non-endocrine gland, in some specific cells, and they lies individually in epithelium or in other regions of the body. So here we will discuss the endocrine tissue like the pancreatic islets. Pancreatic islets is the pancreas is concerned. It performs two different functions. One function is the production of various hormones, and other function of the pancreas is the production of various types of enzymes like amylase, pancreatic amylases, lipases, and peptidases. But here we will discuss only the endocrine function of the pancreas. Endocrine, as far as the endocrine function is concerned, this endocrine function of the pancreas is due to the presence of specific clusters of the aggregation of cells that form a tissue, and these are called the islets of Langerhans, or the pancreatic islets. So these are present in the exocrine tissue, like you can see here are the exocrine portion here, but there is the specific islets present here that form the endocrine parts of that pancreas. So islet may vary in size from few cells to cluster of few hundred cells. The number varies from few to 100 cells. There are three different types of cells present in the islets of Langerhans, like the alpha cells, beta cells, and delta cells. And these different cells produce various types of hormones. For example, alpha cells produce and store glucagon. It helps in the production of glucagon, and glucagon is a type of hormones that it releases in the blood due to the condition that is called as hypoglycemia. When the glucose level is decreased in the body, so the glucagon is released from this islet of Langerhans, and these from the alpha cells, and these help to alleviate the blood sugar level by the degradation of the glycogen to release glucose from there. Beta cells synthesize and store insulin. The function of beta cell is the production and storage of insulin, and insulin is responsible for the decrease of glucose level in the body, or maintenance of glucose level in the body. It helps it helps in the glycogenesis, means when the glucose level in the blood is increased, so it helps in the storage of glucose in various types of cells, like in the case of like in liver and muscles, etc. So as far as delta cells are concerned, and these synthesize and store somatostatin, and they have inhibitory functions, means some hormones are inhibited by these hormones. And delta cells are usually present less in number. And the various other cells that are endocrine are tissue that are present inside the cells, inside the glands, means, and as we have discussed, that there are endocrine tissue that are present in the exocrine portions, means are the exocrine organs. Like dual functions, we have some organs like in case of the testes and ovaries. So we have already discussed in the previous classes, that is the male reproductive system and the female reproductive system. So it is the end of the lecture. Thank you all of you.